This week's episode is sponsored by Helio Gas Detection and Rising Suns, the award-winning brewery in Cork. Hey everyone, this is Letty for the Metal Cell podcast. I'm joined by the full band of Fulvetta. How are you guys doing?
Good. Very excited.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, no problem. So welcome to the show. How are you guys feeling playing the Grand Social with Drug Church?
Excited.
Over the moon because they're such a cool band. They're so, so big and like why is that funny?
Well, you're really using the adjectives there.
Yeah. It's our biggest gig to date in terms of who we're playing with. We have played in the Grand Social before, but this is a big thing for us.
That's awesome, because I read, I think the band post is there's only 50 tickets left, so it's really close to being sold out.
It's sold out.
Oh, there we go.
I'm sure we'd already sold it out. Nice.
That's
well,
bad.
we.
They're all here for us, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously,
Yeah.
no.
I mean, you're part of the effort.
The three of those tickets are probably out.
Yeah.
Three.
I say my
Say
parents bought about 150 of those tickets.
Let's go. Bringing the whole squad in.
Why not? So for our listeners who maybe haven't heard of you guys before, could you introduce yourselves and your role in the band?
So I'm AJ. I sing and I play the guitar in Fulvetta.
I'm Dylan. I play the drums.
I'm Grace. I play bass and do backing vocals.
I'm Sam and I play guitar and nothing else, thank God.
You're the shred man.
Sometimes.
I'm
Yeah.
Steven, I'm stressed.
More, I don't know. There's not a lot of shredding in Fulvetta, more just like good noise.
Yeah, you guys are pretty chill.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Yeah, we like to, rather than, playing some intricate stuff, we like to explore more with textures and stuff like that. That's a big part of our sound.
Not a lot of guitar solos, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's a really good way to describe it, actually. Lots of textures, because I've been listening to you guys' music over the past week, and it literally just is layers and layers and layers. So, it's really good.
I mean, that's kind of the mentality we have going into it. It's like, that is half of the music. It's less so about even the harmonics or the anything. It's just more so about the actual texture, the sound. So that's kind of the approach that we take.
I'd hate to see how many tracks you have open when you're recording. Probably 120 or something.
A lot.
I mean, it's somehow every single new song we write, it keeps getting longer. So
How many guitars are on Lampshade?
There was 3 rhythm. There's the rhythm guitars are triple tracked, and then there's a bit more there's fuzz bits, and then there's clean bits as well, and then vocals. It's both of us.
Yeah.
Double tracked each. So that's 4 more vocal tracks. Oh, it's and there's synths on that as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Every producer's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Do you do the old left and right trick like Foo Fighters, where you do vocals in left and then you do it again in right and then one in the middle?
Yeah. So it'll normally be left and right, and then my vocals will be left and right, and then Grace's will be left and right as well. So that just adds so much,
I found it really warm. I would say it's really nice, rather than everything being in the center. I feel like people try to do that to make it very in your face, but I feel like it's such a especially for this music, such a noisier effect when it kind of just fills your whole space in your head.
Yeah.
It's really nice. So you guys are playing the Grand Social tonight with Drug Church and Mel Streak. You feeling good?
Yeah, I mean, we've been, particularly me and AJ, have been big fans of Drug Church for some amount of time at this point.
I found them some amount of time, but I found them just before the release of their last album, and then I was like, this is kind of cool. And there are a few days so we listened to that stuff, and then I think Myopic came out sometime last year, and then that's when I showed Dylan Myopic, and he was like, holy balls, man, this is so cool. And then we'd be going home from practice and we'd just be blasting that in the car. This is amazing. And as soon as we heard they were opening, we were like, they were coming to Dublin. We're like, oh man, we have to find some way.
And then
we're here.
Grace, do you want to go over how?
It was like the company Smorgasbord, just kind of like popped up, and it was like looked like a one-off thing. Like they had just made the company as they announced the gig, because they also have stuff in Belfast as well with Drug Church, but are also doing a couple of other US people who are coming here, and
cool.
they didn't have any contact information at all. There was nothing like on their page, no email, no phone number, anything. And then I don't know, I went looking for the name, and then I saw there was a different name at the bottom, Lucky Cat Productions at the bottom, so then I looked that up as well. There was this random email, and I was like, look, this is a start. We can just send it to this email and hope that it gets in. And it ended up being forwarded to the correct like manager or email. And then
it worked.
Yeah.
And then they emailed us back, and it bounced. And then they had to send us a text on Instagram, and be like, "Hey guys, why doesn't your email work?"
That sounds familiar. That's what I had to do.
Yeah. Somehow we keep encountering that problem.
Come on, Grace, what's up with the email?
The email's fine. I mean,
she does all the IT stuff. For
yeah, I mean, it should be okay. So sorry, I guess. Womp womp.
Yeah, I know, because I saw when they announced that they were coming over, I was like, oh, sick. And then I saw that they were announcing that they were choosing like local supports, which I think is really cool when bands do that, showing off some local talent.
I mean, it's always nice to see like big bands kind of get involved in that local scene, because that's like, it brings so much kind of attention towards us that it never really would have gotten. Because like say the likes of these guys, Drug Church, they could have brought some like kind of random band from their area over here, and then they would have taken all of the glory, I suppose,
all the clout,
so to say.
Yeah.
And then like no one in Dublin like would have heard anything about any of us. But like the fact that like local supports, that kind of thing, it helps the scene so much to get like a kind of more mainstream attention, because like especially like in Ireland, there's really not that many bands that kind of have that mainstream attention. So it is always nice when people take into account that like local scene and the underground type of stuff.
Like Kilkenny, they've got a couple of bands. Waterford, they've got like a really blossoming music scene at the minute. But Dublin bands, they just seem to be everywhere. Like they're playing the Workmans.
There's a lot of them, but you'll find that we're kind of just stuck in the same loop. Just playing Workmans, just playing local gigs with each other. But like when the opportunity presents itself to such as this, to open for such a great band on tour, it like we're really grateful for it.
Because like I when you look at that kind of scene, it's like as you go up the ranks in terms of like following and that type of stuff, like you have a few hundred followers, there's tons of them, and like dime a dozen Fontaine's rip-offs. There's 100 of them.
The BIM-produced bands.
Precisely, of which I'm sure everyone has very strong opinions on, including me. But but then as soon as you kind of start moving up, like bands who are playing bigger venues, the likes Vicar Street, that type of thing, Academy, Olympia, like there are very, very few who are actually from Ireland. Because it's all just imported, because like it's rare to see the kind of small bands actually move up the ranks. Like it kind of reaches a stage where maybe you're playing Workman's main room, you're selling out, you kind of just stop there. For a lot of bands, it's kind of a glass ceiling almost, where like there's places you can go, but it kind of just stops there for a lot of the local scene.
Yeah, I saw Shikari. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. They're doing the same thing. They've got local supports. They've got a band from Belfast, and then I think Meryl Streak, he's also doing Shikari as well. So I hope more bands definitely do start taking that approach of, okay, we'll get local bands to open for us, because that it really helps the scene.
You do kind of see that more often now. Like even just we were at Slowdive, and they had Gurriers in, which was like,
that was cool to have them.
It was really cool, because it's just so nice to see that representation from people who they're not just bringing some of their mates in.
Like they could have gotten some band from England
Yeah.
of the same size, but the fact that they went for someone local, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because Metallic, when they came over to Slane, they obviously brought Ghost, but they also brought in Stiff Little Fingers and local Dub Boys fan club, so that was really cool to see. So how did the band start?
Jeez, I mean, it's kind of a long list of events.
Yeah, me and Dylan were playing together in an old band from when we were like, what?
This is 2019 summer, so I would have been like, I just turned like 16.
Yeah. Did you say 2019?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been 16 as well. Yeah, and then I knew Grace as well from another band, and the band me and Dylan were in, it kind of just fizzled out over time over COVID. And then our bassist left, and then our vocalist left, and then we brought Grace in, and we started
What was then Fulvetta?
We started this new project, and then and we used to have a synth player as well, and he left, so we brought in Sam not too long ago. Just
when you brought in me, I thought you guys like weren't aware he was leaving, but then he just kind of
he kind of lined up that he left the same time we got.
It was kind of obvious, I think.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was so like the kind of way the band has developed has been so kind of like, for some reason in my head it's never been like we've kind of built up to something. It's just like randomly suddenly we just start doing something else, like because we were originally a metal band and not a very good metal band.
You don't know this.
Is this like Life Sentence or like Fulvetta?
This was so we were called Life Sentence originally, and we made music that was essentially just ripping off of like kind of, this was Ghost, Alter Bridge, that kind of stuff.
Oh, it was very Alter Bridge.
Yeah, like mid 2010s, like metal music.
Yeah,
and just really trying to pretend like we were doing something unique, and when in reality it was just that. And then obviously singer left, bassist left, and then we kind of just immediately pivoted towards like the kind of shoegaze thing out of seemingly nowhere, really. Because
I think
the first it was you who brought it up first, because like the first like kind of inkling of that was we played what's that, Cracked, the Dinosaur Jr. song.
Oh yeah, because Dinosaur Jr. it's very kind of interlinked with shoegaze and like indie rock, like linked with shoegaze. Like, and that we kind of started off with a kind of late 80s indie kind of vibe, and then we eventually evolved into shoegaze, and then like developing on that and adding our own sounds.
Yeah, and we kind of did that at the right time, really, because it seems as though like even just recently in the last like 6 months kind of ish, like that whole kind of shoegaze noise grunge type of thing, it's gotten really big, and like, you know, the likes of Drug Church and, you know, bands of that type have gotten so big now. Like even what's the one now, the youngest daughter,
Super Heavy.
Super Heavy. Like they've kind of, you know, taken off again after having not played for how many years.
It's a good time to.
It was an exceptionally good time to be the band that we are.
The universe guided you, like, abandon metal.
So.
I guess so.
Seemingly so.
We still do, like, there are little bits of metal still lingering on, because, you know, I grew up listening to metal.
Yeah. I mean,
so we do like a few bands that are. They kind of like mix shoegaze and metal, like Fleshwater. They're very cool. It almost sounds like, I don't know, like shoegaze and like Slipknot riffs together. It's mad. Like there's a few bands like that we really take influence from. Deftones as well, earlier stuff, like
especially recently we've kind of went a heavier rate with a lot of stuff we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, we certainly have that like metal kind of thing.
It's still there. Like you can't get rid of it, you know.
Yeah. As much as we've tried.
It's your roots, so you'll never get rid of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
So Fulvetta is a pretty, you know, interesting band name. Is there a story behind it, or a meaning, or?
Technically.
Yeah. Is it time?
Is it time we finally reveal to the world?
Yeah. Fulvetta is a type of bird.
No way! I never would have guessed.
So Fulvetta is a type of bird. It's a songbird, which we love to tell people, because we love to
reference.
We love to say that it's, you know, charged with symbolism and such, but in reality,
We were on Wikipedia. We were stuck, man. We were stuck. Life
Sentence as a band name was not cutting it.
Oh no! It was Taken. Remember?
Yeah, there was legal issues.
There's a punk rock band from the 70s or something called Life Sentence, and then one day we got an email and they're like, "Hey guys, is this the correct Life Sentence email? We're wondering if we could have your guitars to put in a museum in New York."
I think you guys have got the wrong band.
We sell like 10 tickets in Dublin. Like we released a demo EP. That's all we've done.
You had a super fan in the States, like.
Yeah, seemingly so.
And that was the time when we were like,
yeah,
it's time to
So then we went on a video call, and I opened up Wikipedia, and I was just like, because what's that? Is it I don't remember. There's some other band, like a kind of techno thing, that did kind of the same thing.
I think Black Country New Roads did that.
Do you know
if I'm correct? Don't quote me on that.
I'm quoting on that, man. I'm telling everyone.
I feel like they did. There's some band around that kind of genre that did that.
Yeah. But going to Wikipedia, random article, and we had a list.
Yeah.
We had a list, and some of them were terrible. Deception Pass. Deception Pass was an actual contender, which makes me really upset. It's upsetting to tell people that was a contender. What was the Protura?
What the hell does that even mean?
It was it's like a type of like maggot or something. It was gross. You look at photos of it, it's like this little creature.
Yeah. It was, like the second we saw something that related to music, we were like, guys, look, music. Yeah. We do music. That's a thing. Yeah.
This is a story to rival the Blink 182, like why they had to change their name.
Yeah.
Well,
weren't they on like a phone call? They just like decided.
An Irish band called Blink threatened to sue them.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Another win for Ireland.
At least we didn't get sued.
Yeah, get sued for being called Life Sentence.
I don't think we'd I think we'd be paying dets instead if we were sued or something.
I think I'd just give up music at that point if someone found out I was in a band called Life Sentence. I'd move country. I'd change my name. I can't be associated with that.
Life Sentence, never heard of them.
No, never heard of them. Don't know who those guys are.
You released your newest single, Disregard, in October. Can we really expect an album or an EP this year?
I will say, like, we've definitely gearing up towards another major release. We're not sure about what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be something more than a single. That's pretty much what I can say right now. Probably going to record it sometime this year, and maybe next year we might see it, but yeah, I think we're stopping with the singles for a while, and we want to work on something that's more substantial.
We're always trying to take that kind of principle of just not settling for, we release something, it's like, oh, this was good, let's just keep doing that. We always want to be kind of pushing ourselves to do something bigger, better, in some form at least. Like with the likes of our EP, I suppose 2 years ago now. Well, not 2 years ago, a year and a half ish. And then like we do the singles, and like we're always trying to both musically and otherwise trying to push ourselves to be a better band. So our avid fans can expect
something nice,
something big
nice.
Big things coming.
Big things coming.
Big things coming.
Coming.
Fire emoji, that type of jazz.
Yeah. You guys are getting pretty consistent listens on Spotify, so like congratulations on that. Like keep going. You're just going upwards.
Yeah. Seemingly so.
If you could collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be? And you can all give an answer each if you want.
Start this side. I need to think.
I don't know.
He's just gonna be talking forever.
Yeah, don't get me started on
AJ can take my go. I can't think.
No.
You can.
Go on, Sam.
Fuck.
Is that a band, is it?
Yeah, it was one.
I think I have my answer as well.
I don't know, like ever since I was a teenager, I was like obsessed with like, I don't know, whatever got me into like the things with like effects and like dreaminess, like would be like Joy Division. And like I noticed like not like it's kind of a basic answer, but like really like I know I'd love to see like what they could do if they were like, I don't know, there was just like something else to them, because I always felt like there's a layer that was missing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Grace.
get to you last.
All right, yes, let's go. My turn. I mean, I have so many different answers. I suppose in terms of bands, like there'd be so many. I suppose in terms of bands, like that I would just personally love to play with. Like there's so many. Like obviously there's the likes of Hum. That's like kind of you know the front runner in terms of Fulvetta influences. But then like there's a lot of like smaller bands, like especially coming out of the States, that I really love. Like there's this band Growing Pains that I feel like I absolutely love their sound. They're more pop oriented as far as things go, but like they've got such a lush, like the sound of it, everything about it is just so kind of I mean Growing Pains really just fantastic. The texture there stuff is just like it's out of this world. Like it's so kind of there's just so much going on with that. And then I mean in terms of just like kind of singular musicians, like there's a lot to talk about there. And I wouldn't even like, I'm always so terrible with names. I'm trying to think.
What band? From what band? Or?
Oh man, oh no, it's gone. I had a name, but it's gone. But yeah, no.
The door interrupted your train of thought.
Yeah. Damn. But if I had to pick one, Hum, and any member of Hum, I feel like any of them would have just so much, kind of to include in terms of a collaboration that it would just be like it'd be worth its weight in gold, I suppose. Also, sorry for stealing your answer.
God damn you, Dylan. Yeah, I'm not going to spend time thinking another answer, but I agree with Dylan. Hum is such a big band for us. They're just so influential, and Hum is just such an influential band to us that even though Dylan said it, I can't think of another person other than Matt Talbot from Hum who I'd collaborate with. Just
name dropping over here.
Yeah, man, I'm a super fan. I've got the records on. Yeah, but
all right.
Yes, it's just so cool. The textures in their music is just so cool, and I'm a big like studio nut as well. I love recording. I love the process. I love doing it in college, and he has his own studio, and they still record everything in analog.
That's impressive.
I just think that's so cool. Like if you look at pictures on their studio website, there's not a single monitor for Pro Tools or whatever. Like the AW. I just think that's so cool, and I just love to pick his mind for his anything at all. And Kevin Shields as well. Actually, I think that'll be a really cool one. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anyone would blame you for that choice. To be fair.
Grace?
No. I can't think.
She doesn't collaborate with musicians.
No.
She is the collaboration.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
Lone wolf, you know.
It's a secret.
I'm not telling you guys. I'm not telling.
No, it's a secret. You wouldn't know them. It's okay.
They're just too cool, you know. They're way underground.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Imagine Dragons.
Do you have any album releases you're looking forward to in 2024?
Ooh.
I mean, AJ would be the person to ask about this. I don't keep up with that at all. I just like
when they drop, I know about.
Yeah,
I mean, I swear you tell me about all the releases, and I just go like, oh yeah, cool, man.
I tell him about his like favorite band releases. Dylan, there's a growing Pains release coming out like next month. He's like, oh shit, really?
Yeah, fully. I'm not very good at keeping up with it.
Well, I was really looking forward to the New Dad one, and that came out. So that was the one this year, I think, at the start of this year. That's the one I was looking forward to.
Opinions? What are you thinking of it?
Oh, it's great stuff.
Yeah,
it's great. I thought it was really cool. It's again, they're one of my favorite Irish bands, and it's great to see, you know, bands from this country doing so well. They're playing everywhere, and it's their debut album, so I'm really happy for them.
Cover art's really cool as well.
Yeah, like some of the songs on there, like Angel and stuff like that. Yeah, it's so cool. It's sick.
I'll have to check them out.
It's just good.
Yeah,
music.
it's just like really good slightly dreamy indie
Yeah.
rock. Like it's just a solid sound.
Yeah.
I feel like
Very cool.
they really know what they're going for.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
This is a
I
bit
think
like
that's-
Tech It or something. Have you heard of them? They had that big TikTok song.
Grace, you'd know.
Great.
I'm not gonna sing it on
our
interview.
resident TikToker.
That's, yeah. No, I wouldn't.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
Sorry.
What other albums?
I'm not the biggest fan of
Yeah.
music now, generally speaking. You know,
Yeah, you don't like music. I don't like music either.
musicians especially. Ugh, those guys.
Yeah, no, I can't think of anything right now, to be honest. Yeah, album wise, no, we can't think of anything. Honestly, like it's
I kind of feel bad.
a bit
now,
of a
but-
weird year because like last year I was really looking.
Everything
forward to,
came out last year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like I was really looking forward to a lot of albums. Like the new Narrowhead album, I had that pre-ordered and all on
Yeah.
like vinyl and everything. This year,
Yeah.
like nothing.
We all heard about it, man.
Shut up. Yeah.
I mean, Meth released their new album Shame on the 2nd of February, so like
Yeah.
literally yesterday. So I definitely check them out. They'd definitely be up your alley.
Is it the 3rd of February? Jeez.
Today is the
That's
third.
today.
Jeez, I didn't realize it was that far.
Yeah,
into
the
year.
Drug Church gig is on the
We're
3rd.
playing today.
That's today.
I actually gave you guys the
no.
wrong date when I emailed you. I was convinced it was the 4th.
Yeah, no, on fucking tickets.ie it said like Friday 3rd.
Yeah, I have people being like, is it Friday or Saturday?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just time is weird, man.
Seemingly
know.
so. Yeah, it's a bit
Yeah.
confusing.
It's been a fast year so far.
Yeah, no, this came pretty quickly. It feels
Yeah.
like we just learned about
Oh,
we're
man,
like
yeah.
actually doing this gig.
To be fair, like I mean, I basically just found out about it.
About 10
I read my text messages, guys. I promise. I
No, he
actually
doesn't.
do. I do. I promise. Just rarely.
Here's our last question. Do you have any advice for anyone wanting to start a band in 2024?
I mean, I feel like I feel like we'd be the authority on that. To be honest.
Why would we be the authority?
Well, because you know we I feel like we've been on the come up.
Yeah,
On the grind.
I just
Yeah.
In terms of starting a band, I think the most important thing that people don't really kind of take into account when they're starting a band is you need to be absolutely sure you actually like the people you're in a band with.
that's
Because-
a big one.
Because as soon as something comes up, if you don't like those guys, you're not gonna really be bothered to actually sort anything out. Because like you know, if it's a problem with money, or if it's a problem with rehearsals, or if it's a problem with songwriting, or it's a problem with credits, if you don't like the people that you're in a band with, you just lose.
Like man, if I'm a fan and if you're a local band and then you break up after 2 months, I'm gonna be sad. If I like your music and then you break up after 2 months, if I'm a fan, I'm gonna be sad, man.
Yeah, no, but like you really like you need to be very careful if you're looking to actually do something long term. You need to take into account the fact that you have to get along with those people for a long ass time, and like it's a commitment, and like I feel like a lot of people don't really realize that in a sense, like because like we've always been a band that have taken ourselves quite seriously.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Like in a sense that like we don't just like we wouldn't just drop a single randomly out of nowhere and not tell anyone about it, and then like a week later be like, hey, we did something.
Plan everything out.
Yeah, like
if you're gonna release something, make we know of bands who've done this. They put up their song on DistroKid or whatever for Spotify a week before it's about to release.
Yeah.
And then they complain about why their song isn't up on the list, or like why is everything wrong? Why is the credits wrong? Who is this in the credits?
A lot of a band isn't actually playing the gigs. It's like working up to the gigs, emailing, knowing people,
Preparing.
talking to people.
it's all about preparation and
Yeah.
preparing for absolutely every single thing. It's emailing the right people at the right times.
Having lists of what you need to do if you're releasing something. Get your press releases out. Get your photos done. Make sure that's all okay.
It's basically like if you want to be in a successful band, it's treating yourself like you already are. Because if you are in a band and you you're just kind of Where if you're just kind of going about your day, not really thinking about it, not like, you know, come up to the gig day, you do 2 or 3 rehearsals, play it, oh, that was okay, you know, get paid, go on. Like, you're never going to get anywhere, because you need to treat it like you are already in that kind of headspace of, okay, we need to email this person and this person, we need tech specs, and we need, you know, this gear, and we need these people to be here, and we need, you know, merch, and it's a website, and like emails and stuff like that. Like, you need to be professional.
It's not necessarily always fun, and it is a job a lot of the time. And there's a lot of people start a band, it's like, oh, be fun, and like, we're gonna have lots of people at our first gig, and I get to walk around with a guitar and tell everyone I'm in a band. But it's a lot of work, and it's difficult.
But that's kind of what strips down like the people who are posers doing it for, like, you know, all that crap.
Exactly
really does.
That's exactly
You'll be gone in like you'll be gone in 3-4 months.
Yeah, and like you see it happen so much
all the time.
Like oh yes, let's join a band, boys, it's gonna be so class. And then they get paid for their first gig, and the singer goes, oh well, I wrote the song, so I think I should get more money than you. And then
I know those pricks, like,
yeah,
literally,
that shit happens all the time. Money is such an important thing to have established immediately.
We haven't taken a single money out of like
Single money.
Shut up. Like, we haven't taken a single bit of money out of the band fund for ourselves. Like, we've still yet to technically get paid. Like individually get paid.
We are operating
everything we do. It goes into the band fund.
To be honest, that takes so much stress away, though.
It does, because like if you're in a band and, like, you know, someone's writing the songs, someone's like organizing gigs, like it becomes a case of, oh well, who gets this money?
Yeah.
Don't buy smokes with your band fund, like.
Yeah, exactly.
like you see.
Why?
No, I was in a band with a guy, and there's the band fund, and he took like a $5 out just at like 12 o'clock, and we're like, man, what are you doing? I was like, I had to go buy bread for my
Yeah, like it's you know, we've played gigs with bands where we go out after and they're all celebrating because, oh, we don't even have to pay for our drinks tonight because we got paid for the gig. It's like, well, like, you know,
you're for the studio instead, save up.
Like we've saved so much money out of our own pockets by just having that money set aside.
Be smart.
Yeah. Like say we were in Belfast last August, and we were staying in an Airbnb, and like it would have been a case of, you know, getting a significant chunk of money kind of on very short notice, and they were like, okay, well, we can just take it out of the band fund because we have hundreds of euro in there kind of waiting for expenses like that. And it's like, it just takes so much pressure and
hard
stress
anyways as a small local band.
Yeah. So like you need to be so kind of careful with that. And it's just, you know, it's making sure everyone is on an equal plane in terms of that kind of thing.
That you're all on the same page. That's the most important part.
Yeah, no,
that's
precisely.
A very big part.
That's exactly.
I've actually been waiting for my money ever since.
Here, boys, when am I getting paid?
You guys are getting paid.
But that's definitely an important aspect of it. And then beyond that, it's just like, you know, gig as much as you physically can, write as much as you physically can, do as many things as you can. You know, play a shitty Fibbers gig, write a song that you know is bad and play it and tell everyone it's the best song ever written, because that's just how you do it.
If you don't believe in it, no, who will?
Yeah, exactly. You have to believe
you'll
that.
Learn.
Yeah, you know, and like, you know, maybe you'll write a song and it sounds absolutely terrible and everyone like tells you it's terrible, but you know, it's your first shot. You know, and you get better and you get better and you get better.
We're just projecting like dreams right now.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah.
That's not worth mentioning. But no, it's like, it's so important to just kind of be confident in yourself and not like immediately think, okay, well, if I'm not perfect now, then what's the point? Because it's like, obviously that's not the case. That's not the case in anything ever. You know, you have to give yourself time to kind of build up to it. And people get so they kind of rush into things and they think like, oh yeah, we're playing, you know, big, like play Workman's Main Room as their second gig or something, and it's just it gets you know, you just don't know what to do with yourself at that point, and it's like you just have to kind of work at it because as Grace said, it's a job. it's incredibly rewarding, but like, you know, you have to know that the work is there and you can't get anywhere if you don't do it. Work hard.
That's some really, really good advice. You know, thank you guys so much for sitting down with me.
No worries. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Of course, no problem. And Disregard is out now.
It is.
It is.